In this food adventure, it's an all-out food fight against my eating rival Eager Ethan to see who can finish this Vietnamese sandwich challenge the fastest. And we're starting right now. What's going on? This is Magic Mitch, and this is the start of the winter tour. And although it's just the start, things are heating up pretty fast, as the fires of my eternal eating rivalry are stoked once again. And of course, for this rivalry, we are talking about the one and only Eager Ethan, aka the putrid filthmonger, aka the venomous swine, aka the disgusting deviant, aka the diabolical dunking monster, aka the son of Steve. And this battle is taking place at Lou's Sandwiches in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we are taking on their Bahn Mi sandwich challenge. Now for this one, you have a 2-foot long Bahn Mi sandwich that comes on crunchy baguette bread. You also get your choice of meat. I want to say for this one, I went with pork. Then inside the sandwich is also some cheese and some vegetables like carrots, jalapenos, and even a decent amount of cilantro. Now for this sandwich challenge, if you're able to finish it within the 25-minute time limit, you are rewarded with the gold standard for winning, which includes getting the meal for free, which costs $20, and also a free shirt and your picture up on their wall of fame. So I'm not gonna lie, I was super excited for this winter tour, and I would be embarking on this journey with the big man himself, Randy Santel, as well as my eating rival, Eager Ethan. But of course, I was looking forward to doing some traveling, take on some epic eats, and I'd also be seeing some of my family once we made it out west. Well, that is if we made it out west, because you see, it was going to be the three of us, 3 Midwest dudes, all of whom are over 6 feet tall, somehow fitting into a Toyota Prius. Not to mention that we would also be having our bags and, oh, Randy had no clue whatsoever about putting chains on tires and why that was even a thing. Oh boy, let's just hope we don't have to find out. One thing I do want to mention about this particular trip is that I wanted to make sure I was ready for it. That meant getting lean and mean and doing all sorts of training to get ready for this trip, just to make sure that my food fighting powers were on a whole new level, especially since I knew that Eager Ethan would be joining us for part of this trip, and I wanted to make a statement showing who was top dog in this eternal eating rivalry of ours. So while I was chomping down on this Bahn Mi sandwich challenge, 2 things immediately came to mind. First was that I was just really hoping I would start this trip off to a great start, particularly by beating this uber goober next to me. The second was the bread in this challenge. It was pretty hard to eat fast since it was a bit on the chewy side, but man, this sandwich was delicious. And I don't think I've ever had a Bahn Mi sandwich before. So it was pretty exciting for myself just for the fact of trying something new. But then the fact that it tasted absolutely fantastic, that was another welcomed bonus. And I definitely enjoyed the flavor coming from the meat, the cheese, and even the cilantro that was packed in there as well. Because there were definitely a generous portion of cilantro, but it didn't overpower my palate, and getting all that with the texture of the bread, it was a real treat. And the carrots, yeah sure, they were fine, but it felt like it was just more of a texture thing, as I was just jamming this big old thing down my gullet. And yeah, there was a little heat from the jalapenos, but I really didn't notice it as much as I have with other challenges in the past. Perhaps maybe that was because I was in the heat of the battle? Oh yeah, that's right, you see what I did there? And it was becoming very clear that no amount of eagerness that Ethan possessed would help him come back in this battle. So I decided to look ahead and setting my sights on the record, which at the time was just set by the big man himself, Randy Santel, who went before us and beat the previous old record with a time of 11 minutes and 51 seconds. A fantastic food fighting performance, not only by beating my rival in spectacular fashion, but also setting the new record, and to top it all off, becoming the first to complete the challenge and then follow it up with push-ups. And if you enjoyed your time watching, embark on another food adventure video, and I'll see you there.